You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, earlier I did a video where we found out that the WNBA owners have submitted a new proposal. I laughed because I was like, what if they changed like 4 things in it and then sent back basically the same proposal? You never know. You never know. That could be exactly what happened. But we know the players have been upset, the players union, been upset because there was a 6-week time period. They didn't get anything back from the WNBA. And it was because I think the WNBA was sending a clear message. Look, this is what we believe is financially viable. And there was a counter proposal, and the WNBA was like, stop it. No, we're just not going to do this. So we've got some indications now that the WNBA players could potentially strike NBA All-Star Weekend. This would be one of the dumbest PR moves in the history of the planet. Once again, when the WNBA players came on the court during their All-Star Weekend wearing the Pay Us What You Owe Us shirts, it was maybe the biggest video on this channel all of last year, and not in a good way. Not in a good way. Fans absolutely obliterated the players. And they thought it was a terrible look, and it just became a PR nightmare. Boy, they ain't seen PR nightmare until they possibly decide to actually go on strike. And it's going to be oh man. Honestly, as somebody that has a sports channel, I should be rooting for this to happen. Honestly, I should be rooting for this to happen. Seriously. I think it would be the worst idea ever if they are looking to hold the line with, look, the majority of sports fans. Sure, you've got a little minority segment of the old WNBA guard that's like, oh my God, pay the players. It's so unfair, but we all hate billionaires because that's what our politics are. Let's not get confused. All of this mess is because so many of these players, deep into their souls, hate billionaires and believes that they should just keep getting subsidized by NBA owners and WNBA owners, which are mostly one and the same. But because you're billionaires, just pay us. Just cause. No, we don't care about the financial numbers of it, except we want that 30%. Let me just say it right now. If they're hell-bent on getting that 30% of gross, the season's done. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It doesn't make any sense. So, the WNBA's latest collective bargaining proposal submitted to the Players Union Friday night did not include a revenue split beyond 15%. Sources told Sports Business Journal Saturday. The WNBA PA waited almost 6 weeks for a WNBA request for 30% of share of revenue and team revenue and $10 million plus salary cap. Although it was believed the league had previously offered 15%, sources told Sports Business Journal it was always less than 15%, and that Friday's night offer similarly does not surpass that number. Okay, so we just learned a lot. The league did not cave on the revenue sharing. Not going to happen, dude. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. I think there's a world where, is it? No. Anyway, Friday night's offer similarly does not surpass that number. The players have almost unanimously authorized the WNBPA Executive Committee to strike if it sees fit, and sources said there is a sense that a player picket line, oh my God, could be the next move. possibly as soon as next week at the site of the NBA All-Star Game in Los Angeles. You can't make this shit up. The WNBPA and the WNBA were not available for comment on Saturday. That is wild. So, over to Ramona Shelburne, who posted this on her Twitter X. Catching up on WNBA news 2 days ago, the Players Association posted a video about the 1964 NBA All-Star Game strike. That's obviously quite relevant to today because the WNBA players are weighing a strike as CBA talks have stalled. The NBA All-Star Game is next weekend in Los Angeles. In the video, the host notes, quote, as the WNBPA approaches what could be its first ever strike, the lesson from 1964 is clear. If the moment is right and the world is watching, that's when players take the shot. Oh my God. Let's just watch a hair bit of this. Oh, here we go.
A more perfectly timed one than the 1964 NBA All-Star strike that forced union recognition and changed professional sports forever. Today, NBA superstars are some of the most highly paid, respected, and influential athletes in the world. But rewind just a few decades, and you find a league where players were treated like replaceable parts in a busted machine. Before the bright lights, endorsements, and billion-dollar TV deals, players were fighting just to get a fair shot. In 1964, they ran the most important full-court press in NBA history, and won. In the 1950s and early 60s, the NBA was a struggling upstart. Players traveled on cramped buses, stayed in cheap motels, received next to nothing per diems, and played brutal back-to-back-to-back schedules with no off-season protections. They had no collective bargaining, no guarantees, and no real rights. Locked into restrictive contracts, players couldn't change teams. Injured players were treated as disposable. One bad break could end a career, and retirement came with no pension and no safety net. Even the biggest stars weren't spared. Bill Russell.
Okay, that's where I'm going to stop it. Why am I stopping it? Because almost none of that applies to the WNBA. They're not riding on cramped buses. Good God. So, next weekend, by the way, September, Sunday, February 15th, at the home of the LA Clippers, the Intuit Dome. Yikes. The WNBA players, in all of their insane glory, could end up going on strike there. Wow. Okay. There's no way. There's got to be at least, surely, there is at least 3 out of every 10 players that is lucid enough to realize this is a horrible move from a public relations standpoint. Wow. Okay. Maybe not. Honestly, there are a lot more Natasha Clouds that hate billionaires and all that, down with capitalism and all those causes. There's enough of those in this league to possibly run it straight into the ground. Because, hey, you're billionaires, you should just give us money. Keep subsidizing the league. Oh, you're losing money? We don't give a shit. Just keep paying us. That's the crutch of all. That's the crutch of all of this that's not being said out loud. They know they're billionaires and think they should just get paid because they're billionaires and don't care if the billionaires ever make any money because they feel like there should be no billionaires and billionaires should just give their money away because why? You're not a billionaire? You get my point. We all know what I'm talking about. Wow. Bad idea after bad idea. Tell me what you think. Hit subscribe. Make sure you check. See if you're still subscribed. Check out blackwhitenetwork.com for memberships. Did a great live stream. yesterday afternoon. It was a blast. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.